the reputational damage. I don't know if Harry is going to survive this. He is now, we can now, you and I can call him a known liar, especially
Yeah.
after Pillgate, which
Yeah. Yeah.
for those who didn't notice this, Charlotte Griffiths, the reporter who he claimed to have never met, didn't know her, all that other stuff, and was shocked when she had kept all the Facebook messages and all of her notes, and still in court never told this, and then wrote for the Daily Mail that Prince Harry, during their first meeting at that weekend getaway, took a small white pill out of his pocket, held it up to her face, and placed it directly onto her tongue. Harry reportedly smiled and told her, "Now I know I can trust you." Griffiths discreetly took the pill out of her mouth, i.e., Harry didn't know she had not taken the pill, didn't swallow it. She did clarify in the piece that the tablet was almost certainly paracetamol, but she couldn't be sure. What was your take on that?
I was appalled. I mean, as soon as I read that report, I just thought abuse of power, because regardless of the fact that he was this boorish, inappropriate
Mhm.
dick at the shooting weekend, the fact is he was Prince Harry.
Mhm.
At that stage, he was third in line for the throne. And it's just extraordinary that they're at this dinner party. She was essentially a junior reporter. Obviously, the Daily Mail's interest in her at that stage, I mean, now she has a stellar career to back her up. But back then, as a junior reporter, she would need that access because she was the diarist for the Daily Mail. So she would need that. So she's not going to make a big scene. And so he obviously took advantage of that position that she was in, to push his weight around,
Yeah.
and to basically that's really intimidating. I mean, we've all been at parties, and we've all been at social gatherings where people, have a determination of how our career might go or our next job might unfold. We've all been in that situation. And we've all been in that situation where you've just had to smile while inside you're thinking, oh my God, get me out of here.
Hmm.
And that was basically the position she was in. And the thing is, the thing that made me furious was I made the point in my live yesterday, if it was my son, aside from me being appalled, you know, that anyone else would probably have to face some form of investigation with these revelations.
Yeah.
And we all know that's not going to happen with Harry.
No. And also the fact that Charlotte still needs her contacts who are, were friends of his, whatnot. And of course she's gonna say it was almost certainly paracetamol, although she didn't know. And Shauna, I read that and I almost started crying because it actually happened to me. I
Oh,
had a British aristocrat, or who hangs out with aristocrats, insanely wealthy, famous, at the Bridget Jones premiere in New York, was in town and kept following me around, following me around. I was like, get out. Oh, I'm not going to get into details because people would know who this person is. I later went to the Mercer Hotel and he was there, and I'd had a couple drinks. It's fine. And he sat down next to me and said, "Oh my God, there you are. I was looking for you all night. And you just, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. I'm so excited. Want to see my room?" And I said, "No, I don't. We're good." He goes, "No, no, it's the penthouse. It's amazing. Want to see my room?" I said, I think I told you no. And I've been telling you no all night." And he goes, "Oh, you're so stressed out. Here, take this. It'll make you feel better. And we can go see my room." And he shoved a pill in my mouth. And I just went, some of it got on my tongue. I shoved it. I said, "Get the hell out of here." And I got out and I went to a cab. I told the cab where I was going to my house, and all black. I don't remember.
oh my
Thank God the
God.
cab got me home. Thank God I was living with
Yeah.
someone. And thank God
Yeah.
he had come down. And, so I Charlotte Griffiths' story just brought back some really hideous memories for me. And
Oh
all
gosh.
I could think was, is this a thing that the British aristocracy does? Just shove pills in girls' mouths
Apparently.
and say,
Yeah.
here you go, And
Yeah.
I, it just, it's, I'm so angry and the absolute utter misogyny of it. And then
Yeah.
Harry then saying, no, I don't know who she is, insinuating she was this crazy fangirl.
Yeah, it was shocking. It was shocking. I had a little bit of a different take about her saying that it was paracetamol in the
Mm,
article
tell
because I
me.
know definitely I can see your point, and that would definitely be a consideration that she would be thinking about her professional life. But to me, I think she did that because she didn't want to pursue it.
Mm,
I think she wanted to make the point. I think she wanted people to know, but I don't think she wanted it to turn into a criminal investigation. And I think
you're
that's
right.
why she gave that qualification.
Yeah, you're right. I'm probably internalizing it because, frankly, this guy then had said, threatened my own job because he knew my bosses. So,
Oh, Paula,
and then I went into work
that's
the
another
next
book
day.
right there. That's another book, but you got to name
Yes.
him, honey.
No, I went into work the next day, told my immediate boss, who literally looked at me and said, do not tell another person ever. And I was like, okay. So, it was a hell of a
Oh,
premiere, that Bridget Jones premiere.
oh
So
gosh,
that's
oh
why I read
gosh.
into the Charlotte. I was like, is that, is she still saying it because of professionally? But I bet you're probably right. You
No,
know,
no, no. I think you're. I think it would be a lot of different considerations, and who can really know except Charlotte. I think what you said was perfectly valid, but I think the danger is that people will, take a cynical view of her, and I really do see her as a victim,
Mhm.
because what a and you. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
what a horrible, horrible situation to be in.
yeah. And by the way, we were the lucky ones. Nothing, like, hey, I got
Yeah,
out of there.
yeah,
I had a good cab driver.
yeah.
Um,
Narrow escape.
and
Yeah.
I
Thank God
remember
you
being
you
like,
left
I wasn't even that
immediately.
drunk.
No,
But then I
no, it was
remembered
the
the pill
pill.
had like it
Yeah.
was yeah, it had like but
That's a
yeah,
whole extra step from trying to shove it into your drink surreptitiously, isn't it? It's a whole blatant
I
another
wasn't old
level.
enough to drink at that point. I don't think he could.
No.
But
No.
it's just it is. I just remember thinking, huh, and it's funny, now when I'm around British aristocracy, which I am sometimes, I only do drinks that are open in front of me.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But it
Can't
is
be too
crazy.
careful.
The other thing
Yeah.
about Harry is, this week blew up his spot. It blew up his reputation, which, those of us in this realm were like, Harry, what reputation? But it really blew it up even
Yeah.
more so with the British public because I think, I was just over there and they were all just kind of like, what? The stuff he said on the stand, what is going on? And then, all right, you guys, thank you so much. Now, listen, there is a small palate cleanser. Doug could not make it live today. He is passed out on my bed because our friend Elizabeth came in town and it was 900 degrees. It was pretty great actually. It was 900 degrees in New York. I'm exaggerating just by a little. And Elizabeth came in town. Doug wore his lobster tank top, which is now a muscle shirt because someone put it in the wash and it shrank. So may or may not cut off some of his blood flow, but he was all right and had a great time. We were down in Soho. We walked all the way back. He is exhausted, but he still says hello and mwah. Meanwhile, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit a hype, and I will see you guys this week at some point. All right. Have an awesome day and rest of your weekend. Bye.